Hey guys, Des the Rain here. This is one of my most anticipated videos yet. And let's go to ranking the Dragonet prophecy. Okay, let's go. Okay, so coming in my last spot, we have the Dragonet prophecy. Now, book one normally did not hit to me because it took me a long time to read it. Other books I finished throughout a day or two. And the other longest book I read was Lost Air. But back to the Dragonet Prophecy, the book didn't really highlight the Mudwings. Clay was highlighted, but even he was seconded to the rest of the Dragonets. Now I understand there's a big problem called world building. They had to build a whole world, and they had to do it while also centering the other things. But I don't think it was fair that we were in the Sky Wings for part 2 and only had a little bit of the Mudwings in the whole story. But overall, I think there are some good features. We get to know more about the Dragonets, and I think that's what this story is mainly for, not about the Mudwings. But I'm still kind of pissed about that. But anyway, guys, my rating for this book is 5 out of 10. Moving on to number 4, we have The Dark Secret. Now, The Dark Secret is normally, as I like to call it, a pretty hated book. I wouldn't call it overhated. I would call it like slightly overhated. The book has a really thick story. Now, most of the book we spend doing almost nothing, but there's a lot of decent area. We get to finally see the ending. The ending was one of the best one of the best twists of all time, and I really think this book is underdeserved. But I still think that this book could have been better. And there was still some action, even though action was less. So I give this book a 5.5 out of 10. Moving on to number 3, we have The Lost Air. Now, The Lost Air is by far a really nice book. So, The Lost Air, let's say, used to be my number 1, but now has been down to my number 3. I think it's a pretty decent book. Now, there's a big problem with the gapping. The first part and the third part are short, while the second part extends to a lot. And I like this thing where the Dragonets are highlighted enough while we still have the main characters. And here the Dragonets were not highlighted at all, and I do find that a pretty decent problem. I don't like that. I don't like how they did that. So, yeah. But overall, I really love Riptide. I really love the whole story, and I think it's really great. So I give this book a 6 out of 10. Taking up my number 2 runner-up spot, this is actually really hard to think of, but it's The Brightest Night. Now, The Brightest Night was by far an endgame-like event. I really enjoyed this book. This is the first time when I read the book, one of the first times when I read the book, I was like, oh, and I saw Thorn Attack, Burn Stronghold and all that. The finale was sort of twisted and the plot ending was sort of crazy. I really liked how we finally get to see Sunny, who I feel like was just sidelined as the sunshine, just happy emotion. And now we actually get to see Sunny more. I was really happy about that. There was still a small issue, like how they only highlight the Dragonets near the end of part 3 and the bit of part 1. That was the only time we get to see the Dragonets. But other than that, I really love this book. And I think it's a great story. And I give it a 7 out of 10. But winning it for me is book 3, The Hidden Kingdom. The Hidden Kingdom is peak, if you ask me. It balances out everything perfectly. The page count is 296, and they were almost able to equally divide basically around 300 page hours. They were able to put 100 pages for each part, and it's equally divided, thus giving us equal amount of story almost to each part. And on that fact, the story balanced out having Gloria as the main character and still have the Rain Wings. Now, the final part removed them, but it didn't fully remove them because we still have Tsunami and Sunny there. And there was a lot of glory, and then we got clay. Like, if it was only a glory scene, it was only a little. When glory was captured, oh, we got clay. And they were able to balance it out by adding 1 or 2 dragonets. And I think that's a great idea to have. And this is the reason why I really like this book. So for me, it gets a 7.5 out of 10. But guys, tell me how you would rate these books out of 10, and what would be your ranking. But that's Diozy the Rainwing out.